cultural shocks that I experienced after moving to the US. Hi, I'm Sissy and I moved 15 years ago from Germany to the US. And here's my first cultural shock that I experienced. Never ever have I seen in Germany TV ads for prescription drugs. What the hell? I couldn't believe my eyes. And to this day I get really annoyed when I see prescription drugs on TV, an ad for that. And then always the sentence, ask your doctor about Lunesta, Ambien, Prozac, Abilify. So it highly annoys me that it is a lot about antidepressants or sleeping pills, things you can get really addicted to, and I just don't think it's right. And in Germany, ads for prescription drugs are in fact illegal. You won't ever see that because your doctor should know if you need some prescription drug. And it really irks me when I see these pictures. They show happy pictures, riding a bicycle, swimming, and at the same time they're reading the crazy side effects because apparently that they have to do. But your brain is not realizing that they're actually saying crazy stuff. Like you can get a stroke or heart failure.
This may increase the risk of death, heart problems, or a stroke. You may experience diabetes, seizures, or have thoughts about suicide.
So for me, to this day, this is really shocking. Cultural shock number 2, dogs in crates. I see this all the time and it seems to be a completely normal thing for many Americans to put their dog in a crate. If it's at night for sleeping so they don't bother them. Even worse, they go to work all day long, their dog sits in a crate. A friend of mine in Florida had this job of taking care of a dog from another guy. He was a doctor, so he wasn't much home, and he had this beautiful American bulldog, and my friend was supposed to take him out 3 times a day to take a little walk so he can do his business and everything. But guess what? Every time she had to put him in the crate. Even the word crate irks me because it's a cage. That's what it is. People in America put their dogs in a cage and they think it's completely acceptable. While in Germany, I have never seen anyone doing that. And in fact, I think someone would call some animal protection service if someone would notice that somebody is putting their dog all day long in a cage. Honestly, if you love your dog, you couldn't care less if your sofa gets destroyed or anything like that. At least have the decency to put your dog in a decent sized room, but not just in a crate where they can barely move. I think this needs to stop. I don't like it and I'm still shocked when I see this. Cultural shock number 3. I can't believe how the doors look in public restrooms in the US. I mean, literally there is the hugest gap of the door. Half of it is cut off. What the hell? I want to have some privacy if I go in a restroom. It's uncomfortable enough. But having a door like that is just, it seems crazy to me. And it's so ironic because Americans are usually more modest, yet the public bathrooms, oh my god, I mean, down there is a giant gap, sometimes up there, sometimes you're standing inside there and people can see your face, or on the side the door has a gap that's so big I can watch other people washing their hands and they can see my face. I think those doors are ridiculous. Here's an example of a public restroom in Germany. Here's another. The doors are pretty much covering what needs to be covered. Cultural shock number 4. So my husband and I, we went to the bank 15 years ago and we wanted to have a mortgage to buy a house. It was the Bank of America and the bank director sat in front of us and we told him this is what we have for a down payment, but we would need a little mortgage to cover the rest. And you guys, he was laughing at us. I mean, to this day, I can't even. This old guy was sitting in front of us and laughing us out that we don't have a credit history because we don't have a credit history in Europe. This is some American invention. A credit history. Oh my god, we didn't have that, so we wouldn't get a mortgage. Crazy to me. And we had to learn the hard way how to get a credit history. Cultural shock number 5. Another animal story. I can't believe it that there are a lot of Americans who declaw their cats. Please educate yourself. It breaks my heart as a cat owner myself and animal lover. This can't be legal. In Germany it is not legal, and it is really something very bad that you do to your cat. Again, if you love your cat, you couldn't care less if the cat breaks some furniture. And if you do, then please don't get a cat. Simple as that. Declawing a cat is just not right, and I can't believe that there are vets that do that. I have seen there are vets that say, no, I'm not doing it. It's just cruel. Cultural shock number 6. Going to the gynecologist is always uncomfortable, but doing this in another country where everything works different is even more awkward and uncomfortable. The first thing that's really different in America is you get this paper hospital gown. At least it was in my case so at my gynecologist. And I've never seen something like that. So I felt super uncomfortable putting this on. I have never done that. I don't know. It seems so easy to do, and yet for me I felt awkward doing it. So in Germany, from my experience, I literally would keep on my t-shirt or whatever and then just be naked down there and go like this to the chair. Also, I'm pretty sure different offices have different chairs, but the one that I have seen here, I have never seen before. It seemed so weird to me, almost old-fashioned. Maybe I was in bad luck and this office wasn't the most modern. I don't know. I wasn't used to this type of chair. The type of chair that I have experienced is this kind, and it felt much more nicer. It had softer cushions under my legs, so I really didn't like this weird chair. But let me know how your chair looks. Is it also like the one that I have seen for the first time, or is it a little bit nicer? The next thing that astounded me really at my gynecologist was there were 2 people. So not only is it already uncomfortable if there is one person looking at all your secrets, but 2 people, and it was a man, an old man, and a young woman. Apparently she was studying medicine. Maybe it was kind of her internship or something, I don't know. But basically I had 4 eyes looking at everything. Made me feel really uncomfortable. And then she would read to me so many uncomfortable questions. My gynecologist in Germany has never asked me any of these questions. They were going into how many sex partners I have and even which positions I do, like if I do it on there. I don't want to TMI. And I guess they do that to figure out which tests are appropriate to do, what kind of sex life does this woman have, what do we need to do to find out if she has any diseases, I'm guessing. But I think it was super uncomfortable answering all these weird personal questions and doing so in front of 4 eyes. And apparently that was in Florida. There is some kind of law or rule that the doctor shouldn't be alone with you in a room. There should be someone else so nothing can happen to you. Something like that I have heard. Hey, and if you're also interested how American and German people are very different, then check out this video. Bye!